Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty. Yesterday, I brought you a video, and the title was, Can You Be Pro-Black and Date Non-White? And today is going to be a similar theme, but it's going to branch out into a different direction. And it is, can you be pro-black and be a member of the LGBTQ plus community? Many people want us to believe that that is very problematic. And I don't think so. Because as I told you yesterday, my view and opinion as to what is pro-black is being pro-black is when you, another black person, looks out for the health and well-being and the advancement for the black race above all other races. When their needs, protection, and peace of mind and life matters above all others. So therefore, I do not believe that sleeping same gender is the problem. And many people want us to believe that somehow diversity extended out is a problem. Here's my problem with that particular thinking. Okay, being a member of the LGBT community does not negate the fact that you can fight or you have fight in you. And what I mean by fight, not just physical, I'm talking about mental strength that somehow you can use to work for the advancement of your race. All those things that I mentioned that pro-black is, looking out for the health and well-being, for the advancement of black people, take into consideration that, their life above all others. You can do that being a member of the LGBTQ community. Someone would have to explain to me why that would be a problem. But I do have my theories and idea. And I think that is deep rooted into religion. And I do believe that some form of anti-LGBTQ thinking that has to involve militant groups and their mindset. See, a lot of this anti-LGBTQ rhetoric is from groups who have obviously religious leanings, and it has pretty much spread into the dominant culture. It's within a dominant culture, and from the dominant culture, it has siphoned off into other, let's say, minority cultures. So what has happened is that stereotypes have come into play, such as the saggy jean thing, with the notion that somehow that's corrupting a whole generation of black men. To be honest with you, people say it's gay, it's real gay, and things like that. I'm not really sure the meaning of the whole saggy jean thing. To me, I really do not understand it, to be honest with you. I will say this much. I walk around every single day, and I do not see the majority of black men, young or old, wearing this type of a look. So to me, it's in a minority. Now, black separatist groups, which are responsible for, a lot of this sentiment, and which is responsible for a video I done about 2 weeks ago about buck breaking and how that was spread, lies which were disseminated, and regarding if that particular practice really happened. No, sexual buck breaking did not happen. But these types of groups right here, these black separatist groups, want people to believe that. Because I guess they're trying to say that if you as a black male is gay, you're the result of being buck broken. Somehow some type of trauma was passed on to you, or some type of activity from way back when was passed on to you, and you just continue to participate in that type of activity. But I've proven that that was false. And here's another problem with this whole idea that somehow you cannot be pro-black and be LGBTQ. For some strange reason, people want us to believe that the LGBTQ community is a bigger threat than these people here, that they are a bigger threat than racists or white supremacists upon the black family, black community. I have never known an LGBTQ person to go out there and just slaughter black people. I've not known LGBTQ people, or black people, let's say, who are so angry at some members of the black community for not accepting them to go out there and commit atrocities among the black community. So what I'm getting at here is that the danger, the threat, the enemy, we're looking in the wrong direction. I do not believe that LGBTQ plus community is that. I do not believe that they play a role with somehow dismantling the black family unit. And keep one thing in mind too, when we talk about LGBTQ community, that they're only like 3 or 4% of the overall black population. So the vast majority of black people are not LGBTQ. There's just not that many. And I spoke on buck breaking, how that was disseminated. This lie right here was picked up because of the internet. It's been able to flourish without any proof whatsoever. Sexual buck breaking did not happen. But that's all part of the scheme right there. So religion comes to play right here at the very top. Hell, yeah, die. Just a lot of negative things and connotations are attached to LGBTQ people, and they're blamed for social ills that they really do not have a part of. Whether you be gay, transgendered, lesbian, bisexual, questioning, I think it's really a shame that somehow, because of mainly religion, that the ills are being put on a particular segment. No, lesbians are not a problem with continuing on the black race. I'm going to tell you what is a problem and what a lot of people tend to miss. What is a problem is Margaret Sanger and her Negro Project that was started in 1939. Is anyone aware of that since 1939 and Margaret Sanger and her Negro Project up until now, that over 60 million black babies have been aborted? 60 million. Add that 60 million to the 50 million blacks that are alive right now. That's like 110 million people. We would be the majority. That's like a whole nation right there. 110 million people. Where have members of the LGBTQ community killed that many black people? Where have they killed that many people anywhere? So we're looking at the wrong thing. We're going down the wrong path with this blame. It's not even thought out, to be honest with you. We're not really thinking, we're just pointing fingers because of our religious ideology, because of our separatist mentality. We need somebody to blame, so we will blame the smallest minority. And that are people who are like 4% within a minority. And did you know what else is a big problem that has caused a lot of pain, damage, that has caused a lot of trauma within the Black community? Right here, gang members. How many people have they killed? Gang violence? 10 million? 15? 20? Most of the gang deaths in Chicago, 90% of them is through gang violence. Gang members are responsible for more murders today than any type of group. So how can people look and say that a person who is choosing an LGBTQ, I shouldn't say choosing, that's an incorrect word. It's not a choice, actually. But a person who's LGBTQ is somehow a bigger problem than gang members. And let me bring something else into play too. You know, people say that LGBTQ people are interfering with the Black race because of reproduction. That's one of the biggest arguments right there. But what a lot of people do not understand is that around 40% of LGBTQ people do have children. And a large number of LGBTQ people identify as LGBTQ later on in life. They accept themselves later on in life. After many have been married, many have sired children. So many of them are continuing on the family dynamic. It's very common to see Black fathers with children, with the family, like this here. And no one is not pushing a gay agenda on children. That's a lie right there. And we all know about women with children. That's very common. But it does happen more often than not with female couples. So this notion that somehow being LGBTQ will stop people from reproducing is false. LGBTQ is not an interference with the Black family, the Black family structure, Black unity, or being pro-Black, or anything like that. You can definitely be pro-Black and be LGBTQ 24/7, 365 days a year. And you do not have to explain. With that, that was another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through, and I will see you beyond and through.